Here we go then. Maltese pairing getting themselves ready. Big match. They're all big matches. But after the first match being a draw, this one's huge. And there you go. They're having a little game there to see who breaks in this opening frame.
Rock, paper, scissors to see who breaks.
Like it, if it works.
Yeah. If it goes in off, I don't think they'll be doing that again.
Yeah. Didn't quite catch it. And it's going to be dry. So first opportunity is going to go to Scott and Shaun.
And this is the perfect start really for Scott, who's not quite used to these conditions. Just get your hand on the table, hopefully pot one or two balls and just steady the ship a little bit.
A little bit congested in the middle of the table. I always find it interesting when you've got two very, very good players out there, you know, how do they work out? Because they'll probably both see it slightly differently. How are they going to, I mean, obviously we know they've come through a round already, but how quickly do they kind of see the patterns together?
Yeah, well, I'll be looking at yellows here. And Scott does too. Yeah, it's not easy. And that's why it's important to pick somebody who you know each other's games with pattern play. I have it with my brother, obviously. We know each other's games, but it's not always as easy as that because, you know, with the time as well, you might be indecisive, but you just have to commit and just go.
Yeah, obviously it comes into play a lot more in the Scotch frames, but you always have that as the first frame, you know that, and frame 4, potentially frame 7 before we go to the individual.
Yeah.
Slightly awkward here.
Yeah, he didn't want to hit that red. I think he wanted to come across there and possibly play a plant over the corner bag.
Looks like they're still going to play it.
Yeah.
Watch the cue ball on the yellow as well that's going to be moving. Makes the plant, but the yellow goes awkward.
I think he's still okay. I think it goes into the centre, left centre. But yeah, just got to have a little bit more thought about this now, especially with that yellow going towards the black. They could have done with that going another foot, so they had it in the middle just to make life a little bit easier.
Yeah, that would have been an absolute bonus, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But that's the control you lose when you don't land on that plant straight like they wanted to.
Will they be looking to try and pot the red as well into the middle, or just completely get it out of the way?
Well, I was just thinking if they hit that red full, they could be leaving the cue ball in a tough spot because they'd be thin on the next one and then flicking off the red. It could lose control here. So yeah, it looks like Scott's going to raise the butt of the cue and there's going to be a bit more going on. So maybe that ball didn't go. It's a nice touch shot there.
Yeah, he's played that really nice. Going into the red, you wasn't quite sure where the red or the white was going to go. He's played that lovely. Still got a little bit of work to do here. Could try coming through the gap in between the red and the yellow.
Or use the 8, but then you're leaving it thin. You have used the 8. Put the 8 over the pocket beautifully, and they are on this yellow. I'd just say that the red just below it now plays quite big in terms of blocking the 8 ball. Depends on the red on the bottom cushion as well. Are they near that when they play this? Because if they hit that, they'll snooker themselves.
Yeah, this is a tough one. They might have to use the red to kick the white up. Oh, he's managed to avoid it.
It's a beautiful shot. That really is.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, complete knowledge of where that cue ball is going, to know that he's missing the red and find the line. And they get there. Maybe not as clean as they thought when they first come to the table, but it doesn't matter. They got there in the end with a beautiful positional shot from Scott Gillespie. And that will set them up nicely. Especially, they haven't played together a lot, obviously. They came through beautifully first time round, but that will set them down really nicely for tonight, just to take out a good, a tough little intricate reverse there to get going. They'll feel very good about that.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of shots went wrong slightly, and sometimes it's not always easy to recover, especially if you're not used to the conditions. But Scott played a fantastic last shot there. Yeah, and that will settle them down very quickly.
Shaun comes to the table for his first break. He's going to go for a cut break from the other side. Makes a ball, gets a really, really good opportunity.
Yeah, that's a really good split. I was noticing that they were working on the break before we started tonight. And it looks like it's worked because those reds are perfect.
Shaun cues those cut breaks so flat that there's very little bounce on the cue ball. It allows him to hit them firmer than perhaps others can. I've actually seen Shaun in practice kind of have lots of those, trying to jump the cue ball off the table, trying to hit it so hard that the cue ball will come off, and he couldn't do it. He kept it on the table. That's how flat he was cueing it. Great skill. He's got that one wrong though. Must have been playing the gap to the one nearest the bottom right corner there.
Yeah, I'm not sure the one near the middle goes past to the bottom corner. Not sure. We might have a little cut back here and go into the yellows, use that as a blocker. That's a great recovery.
Yeah, perfect position. Use the yellows to hold the white back in prime position. Should be simple enough to make it 2-0.
Yeah, I don't expect a mistake here from Shaun. A very experienced professional. I think he'll probably just screw this back for the black into the middle.
Depends if he's going into... Yeah, he's just got that quarter turn of angle. Can he just nip it enough? Yeah, he could. He just used the pocket a fraction. Make sure he didn't go anywhere near that 8 ball. Simple 8 to win it.
Just took them out nice, and for 2-0.
Looking sharp. You've started very well here. And now turn the table over to Scott Gillespie. It will be Brian's break though. So far 2-0 down, and all you've had is one break. It's tough.
Yeah, it's very tough. But like I say, you haven't got time to dwell. You've just literally got to go, right, next frame, next visit, next chance, I'll try and take it.
And also, I guess the belief that you've just watched your opponents take out 2 visits, but if Ryan makes a ball here, he's got to believe he'll take them out, and it's 2-1, and then you're right back in it. Not getting too down on the scoreline.
No, and you can't be.
Dear.
You can't be too down on that sort of thing. You've just got to get on with it, but the in-off is not going to help.
Yeah, because all things being equal here, it'll be 3-0 before you know it, because this is even better layout than anything else we've seen before, and it's ball in hand here for Scott Gillespie.
Yeah, those yellows are they're pretty good.
Yeah, I'd almost fancy these. Not quite.
You're better than that, Simon.
It's almost laid out like a training drill, just zigzagging down the table. A couple of reds there just to make it look good.
Yeah, it's very, very simple with the white. You just roll in everything in. Even if he feels he's gone over, the white is overrun by about a ball, it still doesn't really matter.
Yeah, which is probably what he is thinking right now. I'd love to have been a roll straighter.
He could still take the one to the middle. He could just drop that in. And then play the yellow bottom right and just come round to the left-hand side. You've got a choice.
Yeah. There you go. Resetting. Not where he wanted to be, so finds a different way around the same equation.
See, it's amazing how many people see things differently.
And this time he's gone a roll too far. Well, same as before, a roll too far. Would like to have been the same off angle the other way around on this ball. But no real issue other than This time he's a roll short. So even on a finish like this, that first shot, just going that one turn, he's not got back to absolute perfect position. I still expect him to finish these. Don't get me wrong, but not perfect. Might use the red here, and that can go wrong. It's gone wrong. He's got to get out, but he's got to find a better shot. He wanted the full ball contact on the red.
Yeah, it's not easy. I think this is probably where the conditions are slightly just catching him out on certain shots. Not all of them, but certain shots. And sometimes when you make a mistake, run out of position, even by a ball or two, you feel like you're chasing, and that's what this clearance has ended up being. But he's that good, he can just recover anyway.
He does recover and makes it 3-0. If he gets that first shot, we said he's overrolled by a roll. If he's straight on that next ball where he can pinch the pocket and then he's going centre, it would have been absolutely routine. We would have seen him not have to play a difficult shot on the whole visit. So even on a layout like that, players at home might beat themselves up if they don't land perfectly. We're talking about one of the best players in the world here. He's not landed perfectly. He's still found a way, and he never showed any frustration with being out of where he wanted to.
No, not at all. And like I say, he just gets on with it. He's absolutely unbelievable pool player. So even if he is out of position, one or two, two shots, he's good enough just to recover, and that's what he did.
We get to see Scott's break for the first time tonight. Going for a different style of break to Shaun Story. Hits it perfectly and gets the reward.
This is another good layout.
Well, got an opportunity here to see a perfect match. 4 straight clearances from the break and limit the Maltese pairing to 2 breaks from Ryan Pisani. Dejan Grech is yet to play a shot tonight.
Yeah, it's tough at the top, I'm afraid.
Extension called.
So 3 at the top. Land on the one by the 8 ball. That's the key here. Whenever they choose to do that, that's the trickiest ball to get to.
Yeah, I'll be looking at clearing the 3 out that are all together at the top, and then get on the rail to play that down the rail, because then you've got a choice of the 2 reds on whichever one you want to go to.
It's just those yellows near the left centre play quite big, whichever way you try to get to it.
You can swing round and come down here for this one in the middle.
I think you can play this red and use the yellow as a stopper. Which he has.
Probably wanted the full ball rather than the glancing blow. Is Scott straight enough on this just to nip it and kind of almost hold on the cushion, or has he got too much angle? Too much angle the way he's looking.
Yeah, I'd be tempted now just to go through the gap and come down to one of the looser reds, more open red. He's actually been a slight unlucky to get to there.
Problem with leaving the hardest ball to get until last is you've still got to get there. Hampered queuing here takes away some control as well.
I think he's going to screw straight across.
Yeah, it looks like he's got just enough.
You could actually aim for the yellow over the other middle bag.
Hit that yellow, you're perfect.
If you aim for the yellow and over screw it, you'll actually hit the left-hand side of the yellow.
Got the 8 ball. Good news is he is on the red. Bad news is it's much thinner than they ever wanted, but the other good news is that 8 ball does pass the yellow to left centre.
Yeah, this is a tricky little shot. And 3-0. over 5 minutes left. If they don't make this 3-1 with 4.5 to 5 minutes left, it makes it a little bit more interesting than what we thought it was going to be.
He does make it with a double, doesn't take the thin cut, takes the control, and this 8-ball for the perfect start to the night. And there it is, 4-0 to Scott Gillespie and Shaun Story. 4 off the break. Dejan Grech walks out in frustration. He's yet to play a shot tonight. Ryan Pisani's had 2 breaks, 1 dry, 1 in off. And those two, right now, are loving life. They go to the top of the table with a flawless performance. Brilliant stuff from Shaun Story and Scott Gillespie. Plenty more to come.